Welcome to the Djed Institute of Learning. This is the Djedi Arithmetic Unit 1, and we're doing identical quantity matching. Now we have a behavior therapist here, as well as a student learner, and we are doing identical quantity matching. So our objective is to put down one quantity and have our learner match us. Since our learner has never done this before, we use full physical prompting to get them to imitate exactly what it is that we did. When they do so, we praise, trial is over, we record the data. Very simple. What we're doing here is we're limiting our verbal communication, but we're keeping our physical communication at a consistent rate. For example, you do not see the teacher's mouth moving. The teacher is simply setting up the antecedent conditions, waiting for the behavior, and then reinforcing or placing on extinction as necessary. So let's go through this next trial and follow those steps. At 2, we throw down the antecedent. The behavior is then roar, out of bounds. So we throw the flag. We swiftly correct. Grab the two little hands, bring them back, showing this is what we want. No speaking, praising, moving on. Trial is over. It's very simple. We do this 10 times with each quantity. Antecedent, behavior, we may provide some prompting. When that consequence needs to be brought forth, we bring it forth swiftly. We still use prompts if necessary, whether that means moving the board, whether that means hand over hand, whether that means touching the board to demonstrate where we want objects to go. Our learner is becoming much more keen about what's going on here and has shown his first independent trial. With doing so, we then move on to 3. Remember, mastery is 8 out of 10 correct, so even if they don't get the first 2 correct, they still have a chance to demonstrate mastery. That's okay if they don't get it the first time or the first day. They're only working against their own selves. They're not trying to keep up with the classroom, and they're not trying to keep up with students that are going faster than them, and they're not trying to slow down for students who need more repeating, which is the best way for any learner to maximize their potential. So as you can see with 3 again, we go back down, and Judah's hard at work, demonstrating his knowledge and his intelligence, imitating those 3 blocks with minimal to no prompting whatsoever, demonstrating that he can use both his right and his left hand to line up things in immaculate form, showing those fine motor skills, gross motor skills, communication. Although he left a brother hanging, he still moves on to our 4s. So we start off by laying 4 more down, and our learner immediately gets to work within the fraction of a second of the last antecedent being put down. Puts the first 2 down swiftly, and with no hesitation, he's done. Puts his hands back, signals that he's done, and as you can see, the growth from the very first trial that we did to now is light years apart. This is that hyperdimensional learning we're talking about. This is what Amos Wilson talked about in his book, Awaken the Natural Genius of Black Children, showing that they had advanced motor skills at a younger age than most other children of that same age. So now we're at the 5 quantity, and we swiftly put them down, demonstrating an antecedent. We asked to show me the same, not match, because match doesn't really occur in a natural environment. I can't remember the last time somebody asked me to match something when they wanted me to show them the same amount. So as we watch this child put down these blocks in such perfect fashion, like he was an architect in ancient Kemet, lining up his temples and his pyramids according to the stars in the cosmos, we can see that there's something innately gifted about him. So we try it again, and what do we see? Swiftly, as we zoom in, 1 being put down, 2 quantities being put down, lined up in almost perfect fashion. If they're off even a fraction, they are adjusted. As the teacher just continues to wait, the learner dictates how fast they want to go and when they're done. Provide the praise, provide the reinforcement in the form of a token board, which could lead up to bigger prizes, and you have demonstrated a successful learning trial. Thank you for joining us at the Djed Institute of Learning, Djed Arithmetic Unit 1. We'll see you in Unit 2.